All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mindgasms. So, I wanted to make a video in honor of Remembrance Day because that was yesterday here in Canada, also known as Veterans Day in the US. Um, because I heard about this story about how during COVID-19, the Canadian military has been helping people in long term care facilities and nursing homes who have been decimated by COVID-19. And so in specifically Quebec and Ottawa, as far as I know, I had trouble finding if it's been happening in other provinces, but Quebec and Ontario are the provinces where COVID has hit the hardest, or at least some of the provinces where it's hit the hardest. And obviously, in general, nursing homes and long-term care facilities for old people are are being crushed by COVID-19 because older people are more vulnerable, and particularly in those places, they're more likely to have serious chronic health conditions that weaken their immune systems and make them more vulnerable to getting the virus, right? So the Canadian military has been sent in these places to help people because some staff members have gotten COVID-19. So people in the military with medical experience have been sent in there to help out, to help with treatment and organize things. And I just think I just think this is great because, like, I personally myself am pretty anti-war. uh, I'm not 100%. I think that some wars are sometimes justified, like for example, perhaps World War One and World War Two. Much more so, specifically World War Two, to stop Hitler and that. Although it could have been done perhaps differently with Black Ops operation instead of like tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of people dying in order for that to happen. But even though I'm pretty anti-war, I'm not anti-military or anti-soldier because a lot of people join the military and it improves their lives. And one of my best friends, Machin, if you watch this video, shout out to you. Uh, he joined the military and it's really dramatically improved his life. It's given him a career and it's really given him some structure and discipline, and he loves it. He loves being a part of it and he does good things. He's a heavy duty mechanic, and so even though I'm really anti-war, he's not hurting anyone. He's not even training to hurt anyone as far as I know. So I totally support him in what he's doing. And I just think it's good that even though I'm fully aware that the Canadian military is also helping out in all these wars in the Middle East, which I think are total bullshit, and no one should be and no one should be in, and no military should be there because it's caused much more damage than was intended in the first place, especially given the strategy with counterinsurgency, which military experts and generals with experience like General Petraeus have famously said, like in Bob Woodward's book called Obama's Wars, which I'm going to make a video about at some point, that the strategy of counterinsurgency does not fucking work, and the American military and all of the countries, including Canada, who have helped them, have been employing that strategy for 20 years in fucking Iraq and Afghanistan and so on, all those countries in the Middle East, and it has not worked. It's been totally counterproductive. Like, Al Qaeda got defeated, and then ISIS started because the Al Qaeda got trained and sold weapons in the 80s to fight the Russians. And then we had to go and fight Al Qaeda. And then so people were trained and sold weapons for that. And then Al Qaeda was defeated. And then they turned around and became the enemies. And then ISIS was created. And it's just a never ending process and a never ending clusterfuck. So this is why I think that, to put a long story short, all those things are really fucking terrible, but militaries can still do positive things. And I'm sure it's not just the Canadian military who does stuff like this. I know there's tons of stuff that I'm aware of that militaries do to actually help people like this. So that's great. I try to look at the positive, even though I'm very cynical most of the time about the military in general. I think it's really great that they're actually helping people, and people, if you're going to sacrifice yourself for a noble cause, then this one, helping people who are dying and getting COVID-19 and helping people survive, helping more people survive, like you're actually saving lives, I think that's great. That's totally admirable and awesome and good for them. Keep it up. And so that's why I wanted to make this video, because like I said, even though I'm pretty anti-war, I always respect Remembrance Day and respect soldiers and respect the military for sacrifices that they've made, whether I agree with the wars or the causes or not, because these individual people, to me, are not responsible for all the death that is caused unless they themselves have killed people, which a lot of them have. So, like I said, it's great to use the military to actually help people. That's great. I would love to fucking see more of that. Not that I have any power to do that, but I just love to see that, and that's fantastic. So, happy Remembrance Day for all of you, all of my fellow Canadians, and happy Veterans Day. That should be coming up soon for those of you in America. And I'm not sure what it's called in other countries, but yeah, like happy Remembrance Day or Veterans Day or whatever it's called to you too. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. So, like I always say, thanks to those of you for watching this video. I hope you like it. I hope you like this positive news about the military, because I certainly make a lot of content that's anti-war, I would say, and I probably will make plenty more in the future. And thanks to those of you who subscribe to my channel, who click the like button on this video, who press that bell to be notified when I put out new content, which I do more frequently lately. And thanks to those of you who comment on this. Please share your thoughts with me. It could get into a very interesting conversation about the military. And especially thanks to those of you who give me money on Patreon, which I greatly appreciate. And I'll put the link for my Patreon page in the description for this video, as I always do. And finally, like I always say, I love you all. Keep being the tiny beam of light that shines through the almost impenetrable darkness in the universe. And most importantly, always remember this: the funk cures all, and groove is in the heart. And celebrate it when people help people. It's good to help people, of course. That's awesome. All right. So keep spreading mindgasms, love, groove, and funk, and good, positive news everywhere, as we all need during this dramatic, drastic, terrible COVID-19 pandemic. Try to focus on this, because I know a lot of people are really stressed out and outraged, and there's a lot of tribalism, and people are going at each other's throats. So try to focus on this sort of thing instead, because we're all people and we should all help each other. So yeah, all right. Thanks again, everyone, for watching, and adios until next time.